Good morning, children. I am Teacher Laarni, your science teacher for today. Hello, pupils. Our lesson for today is about how heat transfers in solid materials through liquid and gas. At the end of the lesson, the learners should be able to A. Describe how light, sound, and heat travel, and B. Demonstrate conceptual understanding of properties and characteristics of light, heat, and sound. Before we proceed to our lesson, let me know first if you have any idea about our topic for today. Let us answer activity number 1A. Complete the following sentences with the vocabulary from the box below. Let's answer activity 1B. Encircle the letter of the correct answer to the following questions. Excellent. Some of you have some knowledge about our lesson. Did you know, class, that heat is a form of energy associated with the motion of particles? There are three ways to transfer energy. It is through convection, conduction, and radiation. Convection is heat travels in air and water, while radiation is the heat that can be transmitted across empty spaces or vacuum. Now, if you are ready, let us do activity number 2, what's in? Put a check on the object that produces heat and a cross if not. Now, class, let's do activity number 3. Look around your house. Video and resume after the experiment. Now let us answer the following guide questions. After 5 minutes, what happened to the exposed end of the spoon? The answer is, the cold end of the spoon become hot. What did you observe about the outside surface of the mug when you touched it? The answer is, the surface of the mug felt hot too. Class, remember these facts. Conduction is the transfer of heat from molecules through solid materials. The matter is made up of small particles. There is more energy, and the temperature is higher when the particles are moving faster. When materials allow heat to flow easily, they are conductors. Examples for these are metal, aluminum, and steel. Insulators are materials that heat passes slowly or not at all. Ceramic, wood, and plastic are good examples of insulators. Now, let's proceed to experiment number 2. How does heat travel through liquid materials? For this experiment, you will need the following: 10 pieces mango seeds, small casserole or a transparent cookingware, small electric stove or heater, and water. Here's what you need to do. Ask the assistance of your mother or elder sibling when doing this experiment. Put water in a casserole, at least half of it. Put the mango seeds in the casserole. Put the casserole with water and mango seeds on the stove. Observe the temperature of the water every minute while the water is being heated. Do this for about 5 minutes. Record what you have observed in your science activity notebook. When the water starts to boil, observe the movement of the mango seeds in the casserole. Be extra careful when observing the movement of the mango seeds in the casserole. You should record your observation in your science activity notebook. Pause this video and resume after the experiment. Let us now answer the following guide questions. After 3 minutes, what happened to the temperature of the water? The answer is, the temperature of the water rises. Let us now answer the following guide questions. What did you observe about the movement of the mango seeds in the casserole? The answer is, the mango seeds seem to be dance and move in a random circular manner. Class, remember these following facts. Convection is the transfer of heat from one place to another by the movement of fluids. We have wind movements and local breezes because of the convection. Now, let's do experiment number 3, how does heat travel through the air? For this experiment, you will need the following: margarine, spoon, small plastic plate, and a sunny area. Here are the steps. Get some portion of the margarine using a spoon and put it on a small plate. Place the plate under the sun. Record what you observed in your science activity notebook. Let's answer the guide questions. What did you observe about the margarine after it was placed under the sun? The answer is, the margarine melted. What do you think made the change on the margarine? The answer is, the heat coming from the sun. What do you think will happen to the margarine if it is continued to expose under the sun for a long time? The answer is, if the margarine will be exposed under the sun for a long period, it will melt. Radiation is the heat that can be transmitted across space or vacuum. It does not depend on the presence of matter to transfer heat. Some examples of heat transfer by radiation are the heat near a hot stove and a fire source. Heat is very important to us. It helps us a lot in boiling water, cooking foods, in electricity, and in drying laundry. The sun is the ultimate source of heat produced by a nuclear reaction. Another source of heat is burning fuels. Fuel is a substance that is combustible and produces heat when it is burned. How does heat travel? Heat is the transfer of energy from one object to another, or from an energy source to an object. The heat transfer can occur in 3 ways: conduction, convection, and radiation. Conduction. It is the transfer of heat from particle to particle. It is how heat flows between two solid objects that are at different temperatures and touching one another. It occurs when a substance is heated, particles will gain more energy and vibrate more. A good example of conductors of heat is metal, steel, and aluminum. Convection. It is the main way heat flows through liquids and gases. It is transferred from hot places to cold places. The movement of heated matter to transfer from one part to another. Radiation. It is the third major way in which heat travels. It carries heat through space. A good example of this is heat from the sun or heat released from the filament of a light bulb. Answer activity number 4. Complete the science ideas using the words in the box. Answer activity number 5 part 1. Match column A with column B. Write the correct letter in the blank. Answer activity number 5 part 2. Write the letter of the correct answer on the space provided for. Answer activity number 6. Answer the following questions. And that is the end of our lesson for today. Until next time. Goodbye.